On the conservative side, you got Daily Wire that they're dealing with, whatever happened between Candace and Ben, which has been a problem that they've been trying to clean up, whatever the reasons are behind it. That's, the landscape of what the decision-making process, you kind of saw a few different things. Everybody, whether it's from October 7th, specifically from October 7th is a place to go. Everybody you can tell, like if we're living in LA and we're trying to find out what gang everybody is in, okay, those guys are MS-13. These guys are Blood. They're Crip. They're this, they're that. You all of a sudden saw, okay, these guys are Israel above all.
Tucker Carlson seems to be living rent-free in the heads of people like Ben Shapiro and the rest of the remaining members of the Daily Wire. I don't know why, but Tucker Carlson's appearance over on Joe Rogan really set off a huge meltdown from within the Daily Wire. They did not like the things that Tucker Carlson was revealing to Joe Rogan, and to obviously Joe Rogan's audience as well, and they lost their minds about it. But the feud between the Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro versus Tucker Carlson has not just started with the Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson interview. Tucker Carlson and Ben Shapiro have been going at it for quite a long time. And as you can see on the screen right here, Tucker Carlson just did an interview today with Patrick Bet-David where they go into all the Daily Wire drama. Who's going to keep the Daily Wire afloat? Is anybody still going to continue to watch the Daily Wire? And all of this, Patrick Bet-David and Tucker Carlson talk about it in this video. Let's get into this clip of Tucker Carlson and Patrick Bet-David addressing the Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro drama.
Means nothing to me what you're paying me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out and put it on my own OTT. I'm going to put it on my over the top. You want to watch the game? You can only see it on the Phoenix Suns over the top. So holy shit. Cable's like, no. Don't do that. That's problematic. Now the small market TV is getting crushed. So cable, problematic. They got to figure out a solution there. Let's go to conservative side. On the conservative side, you got Daily Wire that they're dealing with, whatever happened between Candace and Ben, which has been a problem that they've been trying to clean up, whatever the reasons are behind it. That's, the landscape of what the decision-making process, you kind of saw a few different things. Everybody, whether it's from October 7th, specifically from October 7th is a place to go. Everybody you can tell, like if we're living in LA and we're trying to find out what gang everybody is in, okay, those guys are MS-13. These guys are Blood. They're Crip. They're this, they're that. You all of a sudden saw, okay, these guys are Israel above all. These guys are conservative above all. These guys are debate above all. These guys are...
But when Patrick Bet-David says these guys are conservative above all, I guess he's not necessarily just... he's not referring to the Daily Wire. He's saying like in general, oh, you could see these guys over here, they're Israel first. They're not America first like they claim to be. Oh, these guys over here, separate from the Daily Wire, they are conservative above all. Yada, yada, yada. What I think the Daily Wire is above all is they like to pander to their audience, which is the boomer conservative, type mindset. I'm not saying everybody that watches the Daily Wire is old, but that's the kind of mindset that they have. The Daily Wire is kind of like the homeless shelter that people go to whenever they realize that legacy media, mainstream media is lying to them constantly. They seek refuge at the Daily Wire. When that's not really where they should go. It just seems like the logical place to go whenever people realize that the mainstream media is lying to you. Ben Shapiro is like there with open arms, ready to just feed you your daily dose of echo chamber talking points and just give, like I said, feed you the boomer conservative talking points, the boomer conservative narrative, and continue to brainwash you further under the guise of like, I'll tell you the truth. I'll be America first always. I'll give you the facts and logic always. It's not true. It's not.
Discourse above all. This is curiosity. This is built on pure money and profit and wanting to sell and be a SPAC and go on the stock market and sell, and I'm a billionaire. No problem. But what you did filter out in the last, it was accelerated. It was like, boom. We learned about everybody in 6 months. Yeah. From October 7th. It was everybody got exposed. And now they're trying to back.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
Well, no, not really. Well, no, not really. Well, no, not really. And that, well, no, not really is going to be tough because you have to maneuver through a lot of the stuff that you said in the last 6-7 months. And the market's going to hold everybody accountable for what you said. Those clips are not going away, right?
So what's their future look like?
Who specifically?
Daily Wire.
Daily Wire. What's their future look like? I don't know. I don't know their board. I know they have the factoring of fracking guys, the oil billionaire guys.
Their future looks like either Ben Shapiro and Jeremy Boring and the rest of the Daily Wire come out and apologize for firing Candace Owens. Candace Owens would obviously never go back to the Daily Wire, but say, yeah, we were caught up in, just trying to generate as much money as possible. We lost sight of, actually trying to make the country a better place, have important conversations and stuff like that. They either have that statement come out and they have a complete change of heart very, very soon, or they're going to start bleeding fans. They're going to start bleeding money, bleeding fans. That's just how it's going to be. I don't want to say they Bud Lighted themselves because they didn't. There's still a lot of people out there who are very loyal to the Daily Wire because they like to hear those boomer talking points. Like, they don't want anyone like Tucker Carlson questioning the bombing of Japan. They don't want anyone questioning that certain country, Ben Shapiro's favorite country over in the Middle East. They don't want anyone questioning that stuff. So Daily Wire can still pander to those people over there, those boomer conservative people. But as the younger people start to get into these spaces, they're not going to go towards the Daily Wire. They're going to go towards people who are actually asking the tough questions and actually trying to provide proof and are actually curious to see, do I have the right opinion? Do I have the right stance here or not? Whereas the Daily Wire is just saying, oh yeah, the boomer conservative way is always the right way, no exceptions.
That based on what I hear from people, they're Jews for Jesus and good guys. You have to sit there and ask yourself, okay, if you make this decision the way you did, no problem. We'll support your decision. Is there a board in Daily Wire? I don't know. Do Jeremy Boring and Ben Shapiro have a board to process when they're making a big decision? Maybe, maybe not. If they do, board is held accountable. Was it a good decision? Was it not? If they don't, then the money people have to say, well, you give a lot of, freedom to these guys to make the decision. So then the money people are going to go out there to want to raise more money. And who can you now go to raise money? You can definitely go to every single billionaire that's Jewish and say, hey, look what we did. You should be proud of us. Here's a position we took. No problem. We'll give you $200 million. And there's a lot of money there. That money's not going away. And that money's all over the place. So if somebody is pro-Israel and there's a lot of money there, that's an unlimited access to money. So I don't think that's going to go away. People are like, oh my God, Daily Wire's.
Look, a lot of people have been criticizing Patrick Bet-David for hiring Chris Cuomo. Tim Pool versus Patrick Bet-David was a big thing recently. You got to respect the guy for saying these things. Like, this is not something that most people in this space are comfortable with saying because of the exact reasons that Patrick Bet-David is giving. The exact reasons that Tucker Carlson has been calling out the Daily Wire for. And the people who are actually interested in the truth have been calling out the Daily Wire and basically every single conservative pundit out there for doing the same thing as the Daily Wire and just selling out to Ben Shapiro's favorite country over there. Like, that's, you got to respect Patrick Bet-David for this. There's not many people in that space, and he's kind of trying to still break in with valuetainment. Like, obviously he's making a lot of money with valuetainment, but he's still trying to get to that Daily Wire level of notoriety, and he's on his way up. He's calling out these people, and I just hope that he doesn't get to the top like the Daily Wire and then also sell out. But as of right now, you got to give him mad respect for having the balls to call this stuff out, because most people don't.
It's going to go, no, they're not. They got money. And there's plenty of people that are going to back them up. Then you have to see who backs them up. What media organizations behind closed doors, what institutions, organizations will go after anybody that says anything bad about them. In what way? Defamation? Digging up stories, articles? Is that what they're going to do? Who knows? Character assassination? Nobody knows. That's speculative to see what they're going to be doing. So
it sounds like you're saying that October 7th split the right.
In a big way.
In a big way?
In a big way. In a big way. Massive way. And like, imagine.
I think it was already split before, but October 7th kind of made these things okay to talk about, like October 7th kind of caused a lot of people to start questioning these and actually look into these things further. Before, it was just kind of like an under the table, understood disagreement that everyone had. Once October 7th happened, it forced everyone to take hard stances in public on these issues, and that just caused even further division.
What Lincoln Project did to 2020, where, we had all these guys on, and then the reports came out, this guy's pedophile, that guy's this. It was just a complete mess when we, when we had this conversation. One of the most fieriest one we had. Schmidt and Vinny went at it. It was viral all over the place.
You had Steve Schmidt on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of weird people on. We've had
He's Anthony Weiner on. I know him well. I've known him for 25 years. Yeah. Literally 25, almost 30. He's really a damaged character. Whoa. But not stupid.
Yeah. Definitely not stupid. But damaged makes sense because you feel his rage. Like he's really got some, I don't know if it's anger issues or true hatred for certain people. So now imagine Lincoln Project. Now you got multiple of them that's going through it. Yeah. And by the way, part of DeSantis, Trump was also not a good thing. I think we'll recover from that. No problem. I think DeSantis is making the right moves right now, getting closer to Trump, building that relationship. I'm here to support you. I think that's the right move for him to make. I wish he would have done it earlier, but never too late for him to take that route. But I think
why didn't he get the nomination
for VP or for what
for president?
Oh,
I think he ran for the Republican nomination.
No, I listen. I think there was a.
Is that a dumb question?
No, listen. I said this. To me, he's not a alpha to be a one. He's a flag carrier.
Yep.
And
that's true. 100% facts. Like we saw DeSantis exposed his true colors, and I don't mean that he's some like snake in the grass or anything, which he might be. You know, the speech bills that he flew to Israel to sign and stuff. That's weird for sure. But I more mean like his mannerisms and stuff. He just doesn't seem like a leader. He doesn't have like the leader aura that Donald Trump has. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you're thinking about what Patrick Bet-David and Tucker Carlson had to say about all this Daily Wire drama. Like I said, it was set off with Tucker Carlson going on Joe Rogan, or at least reignited with Tucker Carlson going on Joe Rogan and talking about things completely unrelated to the Daily Wire, but they took massive offense to it. Obviously, Patrick Bet-David has been one that's called out Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire quite frequently recently. It's messy. It's getting messy out there for sure, but I think conversations like this are needed. And you know, it's a great situation in my opinion, because it's kind of cleansing the right and cleansing conservative media of the people who are just here to generate money and don't really care about the greater good and actually improving things. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this Patrick Bet-David and Tucker Carlson conversation.